Baruch Adonai Olam Amen Amen Bezrat Hashem. We're back at the Limud of Halachot Shabbat. Siman Reish Mem Zayin. We're continuing. Actually, we're in Seif Gimel. I thought, no, Dalet. Oh, I took somebody else's.
Yeah, we're up to Dalet.
Oh,
Dalet.
this is mine.
Somebody. Oh no, I have.
Yeah, Dalet. Yeah, yes. Dalet. Well, I had the wrong check. Okay, let's go. So Dalet, Moshe, please read. Oh, today, one second. What is today? Today is 24th of Mar Cheshvan. Monday, the second day of the week of Parshat Shabbat. Shabbat Toledot.
אם אינו יהודי, מוליך הכיתה בחינם, אפילו נתנו לו בערב שבת מותר.
Oh, so he said like this: whatever the mailman is a mailman, but he's doing you a favor. He's your friend, so he's taking your what's his name, email to take it to deliver the package or the letter. Even you're gonna give it to him erev Shabbat, that's gonna be allowed. Why?
So you're saying right now that you're asking your friend to pick up the mail?
You're not asking. No. He offered to take
up
it.
the mail.
Yeah.
You told him before Shabbat. You didn't tell him before Shabbat.
No, you. אפילו.
לא יהודי. אם אינו יהודי, מוליך הכיתה בחינם.
אפילו בערב, מוליך הכתב, אפילו נתנו לו בערב שבת. You gave it to him on Friday, it's also mutar. שהרי, why?
שהרי אינו יהודי מאליו,
הוא עושה זה. Because really, the guy is doing it out of his good heart. Right?
Picking up your mail to bring it to you.
No, you told him, take this letter to Joe's house. And it's on Friday. And he's going to town. He's going into that area. So he's doing you a favor.
That's before Shabbat or during Shabbat?
No, he's going to deliver on Shabbat, obviously. But you give it to him on Friday. Yeah, meaning like this.
There's no money involved.
Charlie, where are you going? Yeah, I'm going to New York, here in Florida. Charlie, I'm going to New York. Oh yeah, you're going to New York? My cousin, which neighborhood are you? I'm going to Bensonhurst. Yo, Bensonhurst, my friend. My cousin lives on this street. Yeah, I know your cousin. What are you talking about? Do me a favor, I have a letter for him that was delivered to me in Florida. You know how many New Yorkers have address in Florida. You know what I mean, right? For the insurance purposes. Yeah, the letter of the insurance, I take it to my cousin. Okay, no problem. He takes the letter and delivers it on Shabbat. So Rabbi says it's allowed. Why? Because the goy is doing it on his own. He's doing it for himself.
There's no money involved.
Yeah. ואינו
אלא להחזיק טובה לישראל מפני אבל במקום שהיינו...
No, מפני מה שקיבל.
מה שקיבל ממנו.
Meaning a Jew, you know what the Jew does? Yeah, the guy's a good neighbor. You know, the Charlie, my guy, he does the loan for me. He does Charlie's loan also sometimes. So he says the guy is doing it because of the favors of the Jew. So he's really doing it out of love, יעני.
והרלה
כאילו קצר. So therefore, it's really, even though it's free, but since the goy is repaying a favor, so it's like
an interest.
It's like you set a salary with him, and we already said anytime you set a salary, it's like you already paid him. Remember, it's like you paid him, and we said if you already paid him, therefore that even on Friday is allowed to take his favor. It's because
it could be like a favor.
No, not favor here. It's you paid them. No, it's like you paid them because you're doing favors to each other. Neighbors help each other. Yeah.
עכשיו הגרא הוא לא מסכים איתו פה.
בוא נראה who's not מסכים. Let's see. הגה.
ויש חולקים וסבירה להוא דכל שעושה בחינם.
אסור. Oh, some say no. As long as it was done for free, there was no set price. Even though it says favors don't count as a payment, and therefore it will be prohibited for them to send it on Friday.
So there's a problem there.
Yeah, continue.
וטוב להחמיר, אבל במקום שהינו יהודי מתחיל עם הישראל לומר שילך לו בחינם. ודאי, ודעתו על הטובה שקיבל ממנו ושאר.
However, he says there's a condition. The condition is like this. What happened was you're sitting here drinking coffee, right? And your wife says, "Oh, here's a letter for Rabbi for insurance." Rabbi got a letter for the insurance, and Charlie overheard. And you say to your wife, "Yeah, I'm going to try to figure out. Maybe I'll go to post office, mail a letter to Charlie in Bensonhurst, in New York." Charlie over here says, hey, Reuben, come here. You want to take this letter to Rabbi, your cousin? I'll take it for you. He initiated. So Marasa Rama. So by Maran Shulchan Aruch, you told him to take it for free, right? As a favor, and because as a favor, you're doing him favors. It's like a payment. But so Rama says, no, you cannot initiate it. If you initiate it, it's not acceptable because it's free. But if he is initiated, he comes to you and says, by the way, I'm traveling. Give me the letter. That's everybody agrees. Even though he's doing it because he owes you favors, not a problem because he initiated. Rama says, now what's going on here? What's happening here? What's the difference? Who initiates it? And the end result is he's doing it to you because you're doing it for him favors. They both agree. Rama and Shulchan Aruch agree that there is some kind of compensation that the guy is getting out of you, and that's why it's allowed, right? Mm-hmm. So only the question is who initiates it. Let's see in Shulchan Aruch, Mishnah Berurah, why there's a difference in this two opinions. Sif Katan Tetvav. She'arei ha'ine Yehudi me'elav, because the goy is doing it on his own. What's going on? Pirush, explaining. De'en ha'Yisrael kofe oto al kach ela me'atzmo hu mitratzeh lo'elich ha'yigeret. So now this Tetvav is going on what?
הוא לבד עושה את זה, כאילו.
יהודי מאליו הוא עושה זה, right?
איש מצליח.
Before we go to Mishpasei, 1 second. So again, בחינם אפילו נתנו לו בערב שבת, שהרי אין יהודי מאליו הוא עושה זה. Right. I guess he agreed. Right. So we have to say, by Shulchan Aruch, he agreed to take it. Whatever, by Levi, you asked him. We already said that, we're talking about you asked him, right? Mm-hmm. But so he's not doing it on his own, but he is doing it on his own. Because really, technically speaking, you're not telling him I'm going to pay you. You're telling him, I need this letter to be taken to Rabbi in Bensonhurst. The guy says, you know what? Says, yeah, I'll take it on my own.
That's okay, he could do it.
Yeah, but Rama is not again. Rama says the guy has to initiate. You initiated here, that's the problem. So the question is, how is it that he's doing it on his own? He didn't. No. So the Shulchan Aruch holds that even though you initiated, it still holds like the goy, because the goy would refuse. The goy could say, I don't need it. I don't need the headache. It's responsibility, right?
So
I don't want to take it.
If the goy could decide for himself at the end,
yeah,
you're
right.
committed for him. It's like if the goy initiated.
No. Even though you initiated, you said, you asked him.
Yeah.
By Ramai, he's very strict. He says, you cannot initiate.
Correct. But now he says Shulchan Aruch says?
Not now. That's Shulchan Aruch. That's the difference between those. Mishnah Berurah explains. Why? Number one. Let's see what Ish Mazliach wants to say about this. He's doing it on his own. Number one, Halachot Shabbat Shulchan. So Kaf HaChaim explains over here the following. שהישראל ביקש ליתן לו שכר והוא אינו רוצה לקבל ממנו. No. The way that Shulchan Aruch means, because technically speaking, what's going on here? What's going on over here? Who is actually initiating? And what's going on? What's happening here? He says like this. What happened is, Shulchan Aruch, Kaf HaChaim explains Shulchan Aruch, it's talking about when a Jew initiated offering him a price. And the goy says, I'll do it for free.
That's allowed?
That's going to be allowed because even though he says it's for free, but really it's not for free. Remember, by a goy, he gives charity for a benefit. No, his free is only with benefit.
Of course.
There is nothing for free from them. There has to be some kind of benefit coming out of it.
כי הוא רוצה תמיד טובה.
העניין שם ודוחק הוא, however, look at this.
אתה אומר לו כסף, אז כאילו הטובה שכבר נעלם פה.
כן, look at איש מצליח, ודוחק הוא. However, not everybody agrees with Kaf HaChaim, and he explains the following, why? ויקר כפירוש למשנה ברורה. He says, no, the better explanation is, like משנה ברורה, בשם התוספות שבת over there, וכן נראה דעת העלייה רבה, so העלייה רבה also sees the way that Shulchan Aruch is explained by משנה ברורה, not Kaf HaChaim. The Harav Machatzit HaShekel also explains, like Mishnah Berurah, what happened here. The Ena Israel Kofeoto. The purpose over here is, I'm not commending him. I'm not forcing him to take the letter for me. The Goy is doing it on his own. Mitratzeh le'olech ha'igeret. Okay, continue Mishnah Berurah. V'talinen shema shenitratzahu mipnei ha'tova shekivel mimeno mikvar. So the fact that the Goy is taking the item for free, it's because he feels guilty that you did something good for him. So he wants to repay, and now he found the opportunity. Ve'adat denav shikavit. And that's what Shulchan Aruch means. He's doing it because he wants to throw off the yoke of him owing you stuff. That's why he's doing it. So it's like a payment.
Like a pride.
That's right. It's not a pride, but it's like a payment. He is being paid in advance. The tova, the good things that you did for him before. So that's what Shulchan Aruch explains. That's why Mishnah Berurah explains Shulchan Aruch why it's allowed. Let's go back to now. What about Rema? Rema is in Tet Zayin, right? He's actually saying here, V'tov la'achmir, you should be machmir. Why? That you should not offer, you should not be the initiator of the package delivery by a goy even for free. Why? To be machmir. Hine melashon hazeh mashma, derak tov lachosh ledea zo. So again, we see from the way that Rama explains it to us, it's not halacha. You don't have to be meticulous. If possible, be meticulous. If not necessarily. V'chen betaz, so explains. Taz mashma dedato kada'a harishona. The Taz also holds like Shulchan Aruch. It's not a problem. You are allowed to initiate. If somehow the go initiate, it's okay. That will be a feeling. But let's say he's not initiating. No, he's saying that from the way that Rama is saying it, he's not saying it asur. He's not saying it asur. It says tov le'achmir. What's tov le'achmir? Again, when you hear the word,
הגוי שעושה את זה, הוא רוצה ממך טובה בחזרה, כאילו פה אתה שילמת לו.
no, he says tov le'achmir. What is it? We're now discussing the word tov le'achmir. Tov le'achmir means it's not a chova.
להחמיר, אל תביא לו את זה, למה הוא יתחמיר?
No. It means that if, let's say, the guy didn't initiate, so you might not say, you know what, let me keep like Rama and we'll do it differently, different day. No, you want a package to be delivered to Rabbi, go initiate, not a problem. Follow Shulchan Aruch.
זה מילה להחמיר?
כן, טוב להחמיר means it's better.
זה יותר, הוא נכנס לדין פה שאל תביא לו את עדיף.
לא, חס ושלום.
להחמיר, תחמיר. טוב להחמיר, תחמיר.
ברוך השם, אתה יודע, now we know why you're sitting here today, because in your head, טוב להחמיר means הלכה. No. טוב להחמיר means, it's not הלכה.
מה הרוחניות שלך? אם הרוחניות שלך גבוהה מאוד, אז תחמיר.
אוקיי, הלאה.
כמו הרב יוסף אמר למישהו, לא חייב לשים כובע בברכת המזון. שמעת את הסיפור הזה?
I got you. Let's see, חביבי. אבל בדרכי משה, סימן רנ"ב over there, משמע דעתו היא כי היש חולקין. דרכי משה says it's good to be מחמיר, and to go against שולחן ערוך, וכן בלבוש, also לבוש, וליה רבה, בסימן זה, משמע דאסור בחינם. It's אסור, I remember, it's the problem is, it's free, and we are afraid when you does it for free, it's actually he's doing your responsibility. And what do we say about that? Asur, because he's working for you on Shabbat, and that's why it's asur. When you made a payment, or you said you're going to pay him, or you have a favor that he did for him, there is not a problem. That's the payment. But here, when you're doing it for free, no, over here we have for free.
Paying him is also working for you.
No, when you're paying him, you paid him. Again, it has to be in the past tense. So when you paid him or you set a price to pay him, he's working for the price. He's not working for you.
כמו רבנים. הרב שמקבל בשבת כסף, זה לא מקבל שבת, הוא מקבל אחר כך, כביכול זה הכל ביחד. משהו בסגנון כזה הוא רוצה.
Not necessarily. It has nothing to do with the רבנים, why you have to go that far.
לא, זה אותו דין הוא אומר פה.
לא.
תן לו כסף שלא
משקיע.
They give him a salary. That's it. That's paid for the week.
אל תן לו זכות. אל תן לו זכות הכוונה.
No, but the problem is what he doesn't even know what he's saying. It's not what you're saying. You have, many times they have a siba, you have a party on Shabbat morning, Kiddush. And many shuls want to have a mashgiach. Where's the food coming from? The mashgiach has to come on Shabbat. He's getting paid for Shabbat, and that's going to be a problem. So what Malkiel says, how do you resolve that problem? You have the mashgiach come before Shabbat, but for him coming before Shabbat and observing or doing something, so now that he's getting paid after Shabbat, it's not for Shabbat, it's for the Erev Shabbat or Motzei Shabbat taking the stuff.
So how do you do when caterers come over here working for you?
So that's how we do it.
You pay them before. You say, okay, you're paid.
Not paid before.
It's
you make them work before. That's right.
It was a program. I paid you for the whatever.
For the whole job.
Yeah.
And he worked in the Shabbat, but you're not paying him for Shabbat.
No, I hear you.
That's okay. But the problem here is b'chinam. That's the problem. According to all this poskim, we have a problem that he's doing it for free for you.
That's the problem.
It's like you told him to do a job for you on Shabbat, which is asur. Yeah. That word chinam is the problem here. ועל כן מחנכו שיקצוב לו על כל פנים איזה דבר מועד. Therefore, that you have to give him some kind of טובה, עבור זה, that he's doing this job for you, he's taking the letter to Rabbi in Benzerist, והווה כקצץ כיוון שקיבל עליו שיהיה זה שכרו, since he accepted something as a kind of payment, וכן כתב בחיי אדם, as it's written down in חיי אדם, to be מחמיר, to be להחמיר. I understand what you're saying, but you see that there's a machloket, but Taz is saying that the Rama is really not telling you the halacha is like those other poskim. The Mishnah Berurah tells you the other poskim that say it's asur because of the word chinam.
Okay, the minute it's free, you got a problem.
We have a problem because of that. But Shulchan Aruch says not a problem.
Says no.
Again, that's Rama. It's a machloket. Rama brings you some poskim from Ashkenaz. Let's see what Ish Mazliach has to add. וכן כתב הבח, כף החיים, ולדידן דקאי מלן, כדעת מרן, מדינה שרי אף אם לא קצב כלום. Again, we don't hold like this, says Ish Mazliach. We hold like Maran, Shulchan Aruch, and we are allowing you even the Chatchila. Tell him, take it, Mr. Charlie, you're going to Benzerist, please take this envelope to Rabbi. No, לבד, הוא לוקח את זה, that's the Chumrah. That's the Chumrah. What's I'm saying? That's the Chumrah. Why are you throwing in the Chumrah again? Stop it. We're trying to tell you the halakha. Why are you throwing in the Chumrah of Rama? He will live what is Rama.
Qu'est-ce que c'est ça?
Maran says, go tell him, Charlie, take the letter, not a problem. What's your problem? Why you have to go to Chumrah again? למה?
ככה אני מבין.
אתה מבין, כי אתה רוצה להחמיר על כל העולם. אוקיי, הבנתי אותך.
לא, זה החמרה.
זה החמרה.
זה מה שאני...
אבל מרן says not to be מחמיר. Are you going to plaskin against Maran?
לא.
So, that's it. Baruch Maran. That's it. We love Maran, right?
אבל אתה אשכנזי, זה שכנזי.
אני אשכנז? למה נראה לך?
הדרך הלימוד שלך זה כמו אשכנזי.
לימוד, אבל לקיים מצוות? That's the difference, okay.
Zohar, you heard that one?
Listen, I learned all my life with Ashkenazi limud. All my life, Ashkenazi limud. What do you want me to do? To throw them away? Okay, that's the way we learn.
אני למדתי ספרדים, אז הלימוד שלהם אחר לגמרי.
What's the difference in the limud? No, what's the difference right now? I just told you, halachas Sfaradim, we don't follow Rama. You, because you learned by Ashkenaz Sfaradim, you jumped on the wagon of Rama, and you're telling me that I'm Ashkenaz. שיהיה לך לבריאות.
לא, אתה לא הבנת.
I love this guy. I love him. Let's go. Hey, let's just, hey, it's very small. Zohar, let's go. Hey.
אם היינו ביהודי חולף מעצמו למקום אחר בישראל, נותן לו איגרת. Now, if a goy is going to a different location, right, and a Jew gave him a letter, so it's allowed without any problems. I don't understand. What's the problem? What's the question here? So again, this is a little bit complicated here. What does that mean? A goy is going to a different place, so you're allowed to give him a letter. What is implied here? Okay, let's say Mishnah Berurah. He's going on his own. So you're giving him a letter. So let's see what Mishnah Berurah is. He goes on his own. What does that mean? It says like this. Beg yourself. What's happening here is that the exact scenario that I gave you, that my cousin Robbie lives next to Charlie in Bensonhurst. So Charlie is leaving to New York. So I said, here's the letter for Robbie. Okay. However, if Rabbi lived in Borough Park, right? So now, it says Mishnah Berurah, he says if Rabbi lived in Borough Park, now Charlie is going to have to take a trip to go to Borough Park.
So that means he's doing it for
He's
you.
doing it for you, that would be Asur, even Bet Yosef agrees with that.
Oh, wow. So it's only because the guy is doing it, he's going
That's what
there.
Maran means. Maran means here that it has to be specifically that a goy doesn't waste a vayora on your behalf. Here, it has to be mamash, or he lives across the street or in the same block.
הולך מעצמו למקום אחר, נותן לו איגרת, מותר.
מותר only, says Mishnah Berurah, because the goy is not doing any traveling for you, on your behalf.
זה בדרך שלו.
כן.
מה הבעיה?
That's right, no
אתה
detour.
בדרך של
הנה, the
הגוי.
word detour.
כן.
אין בעיה.
If there's a
אם הגוי
detour-
הולך במקום אחר בשבילך,
כן, זה יהיה אסור.
השאלה שלי בשבת, שהוא נותן לו את זה...
לא נותן לו בשבת, נותן לו בכל שבת.
כן,
One more time.
No, because if the guy is going to do a detour because of your stop,
נדבר.
it's like, Shulchan Aruch is saying like this: the guy is traveling to New York to his house, and you know that he's going to pass by your cousin on the way. No problem. But if he's going to make a detour because of you, that will be
אני נותן
asur.
את זה לפני שבת או
This is talking
בשבת?
about אם העין היהודי הולך
זה
בעצמו.
מסכת שבת, זה אומר לך, הוא נותן לו את זה בשבת.
לא, בשבת, it's not even a question, זה אסור.
אם אינו יהודי, מה זה אינו יהודי? מה אכפת לי, אני נותן לו לפני שבת? לא, אז הוא אומר, אינו יהודי, הולך מעצמו,
בשבת, so you want to give it to him. You want to say this talking about giving on Shabbat, okay?
ונותן לו, זה מדובר, לפני שבת אין לי בכלל, אין תשובה, פה רשום בשבת שעושה את הדבר הזה. זה החידוש בו.
זה בשבת אתה מדבר?
I disagree, because the only reason why he's talking like this is because he wasn't here the last day. No goy is allowed to take anything from your possession out from Shabbat.
לא, אתה רוצה להביא לו.
אסור לך, one second. If a goy is not allowed to take it out of you, how are you going to bring
יום
it there?
שישי, אם אני נותן לו את זה
Hold on a
לפני
second, hold on.
שבת,
Let me ask
לפני
you.
שבת.
Let me ask you silently. Do you believe in בין השמשות, הוקצו בין השמשות הוקצו לכל השבת?
מה זה?
Do you believe in this concept that if it was אסור בין השמשות of Friday night,
אני לא
it's
מבין את זה,
אסור?
תגיד את זה בעברית, אני לא מבין את זה, אתה נכנס לי לתוך...
כיוון שהוקצו בין השמשות לערב שבת, אסור לכל השבת. אתה לא הבנת את זה, אתה לא רוצה שאני אסביר לך. עוד פעם. מה שאסור בין השמשות on Friday,
שבת, ספק שבת זה.
אסור לך מוקצה, מצם מוקצה.
נו.
עכשיו, can you touch it during Shabbat? Of course not.
נו.
You can't take the letter to a goy on Shabbat. It's muktzah.
אבל בשבת יש לו טיסה.
Good. You give it to him before Shabbat.
זה מה שהוא אומר.
No, you just told me this talk about on Shabbat. Good, we agree that you changed your
אבל הוא
mind.
לוקח את זה
I'm
בשבת
happy.
מהבית שלך.
אסור!
לא.
זה אסור.
בלפני
השבת.
שבת אמרתי
דיברתי
לו,
איתו.
הוא בא
Did you
ככה
understand what he
לקח.
said? He came on Shabbat to take from you. That's
But
אסור.
hold on, but the deal was before. It was
I don't
there.
care about the deal.
So you cannot do
He's not
that?
allowed to do it. We said that already. Clearly. A goy is not allowed to take anything out of your house.
אז זה מה...
for sure not.
אז למה הוא
Even if you
אומר...
agreed before?
Of course.
אז-
Because people will think that you hired him to take the stuff out of you.
Yes.
We already spoke about this. This is not allowed. I don't know which guy is coming from. This is 100% before Shabbat. What are you talking about?
Before Shabbat.
Before Shabbat, you gave him the item.
You
He's
can only
traveling
come
on
and
Shabbat.
get your stuff on Shabbat if we said it wasn't an object
אני אין לי
an
בעיות...
object,
לדבר-
or an animal.
Again,
אין לי
equipment,
בעיות.
even, and there's no Amayit Ayin. אין לנו
My-
בשורה.
Exactly. We spoke
There's
about
one
that.
guy.
in the
Yeah, yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
אין לי
אוקיי.
בעיות לדבר לפני שבת, לא צריך לכתוב את זה בכלל.
אז בוא
לפני שבת אין לי
נראה,
בכלל בעיות.
במקום לבלבל את המוח
למה
שלי,
הוא אומר לי מותר?
אז הוא אומר לך
בכל
פה,
גמנה, בכל גמנה...
מה הגעת למשנה ברורה? Let's go, בכל גמנה, let's see. מלכיאל, I love you. Let's see. What does that mean בכל גמנה? In all matters. What does that mean? היינו, אפילו לא קצץ ליתן לו שכר, אלא בסתמה. So if it's not going out of the way for a goy, you are allowed to give it to him even for free and before Shabbat, anytime. The kaimala, why? Because we've learned the following. בסעיף הלאה we learned, אסור לשלוח על ידו כשאין קבוע בדואר דחיישינן שמא לא ימצאנו בביתו. וילך הרב בשבת. We're afraid that the guy is going to be matriach, is going to go around and look for the guy who has to deliver to.
אז הנה, כמו שהוא אמר.
Right? And that's going to be asur. Why? Because people are going to be choishish. You're sending him to do job for you and you didn't pay him. That's the problem. אפילו אחרי שרינן כאן, but here we are allowed. Why? כיוון שאין העין היהודי הולך בשליחותו, אלא שמעצמו הולך לשם. Anyway, he's going to his house. He's going to the block of my cousin on his own. He lives there. בוודאי אם לא ימצאנו, לא יחפש אחריו. He's not going to go after him.
אז מדובר על שבת, מדובר על שבת.
No. You gave him before Shabbat. Stop talking now. Stop talking.
לא, הוא בא, הוא אמר לפני שבת, ופה הוא בא בשבת, מחפש אותו עכשיו.
לא, זה delivery כבר חביבי. לא מדובר על לקחת. תרגע.
ויקרא...
דווקא אם יש שהות להגיע שם במאוד יום. בעוד יום. This is now, listen to this Mishnah Berurah. He's giving restriction.
מה זה בעוד יום? זה באותו יום של שבת.
That means you gave him before Shabbat,
Okay,
and he could
מגיע
deliver
בשבת.
it before Shabbat. If there is time to deliver before Shabbat, that's what we're talking about here. Whoa. אבל, listen to this. אבל אם אין שהות להגיע שם מבעוד יום, since there is no time to deliver the item before Shabbat. אסור אף בזה. Even here, you cannot tell Charlie, by the way, I heard you're going on Saturday, right? You're going on Saturday to New York, right? You're flying on Saturday to New York. If he gives it to him on Thursday or Friday early morning, there's plenty of time. If, let's say, Charlie would have traveled today, he would have delivered a letter. Good. So that means you cannot give it to him 5 minutes before Shabbat. You have to give it to him enough time that if he would have traveled now with a plane, he would have been there before Shabbat.
לא היה כותב את זה, אם היה לפני זה, לא היה כותבים את זה בכלל.
דאב דהליכו בשביל עצמו היא, because now, that again, even though he's going on his own path, but if you give it to him 5 minutes before Shabbat, since there is no time for him to deliver, it will be asur. That's the chidush here. Listen to this.
But I thought, Rabbi, he just has to have half an hour to get home.
No, not home. Charlie is going to go to Brooklyn, deliver my letter to Robbie.
Yeah, but I don't know when he's going to go.
Oh, good. It doesn't matter when he's going to go. The question is, when did you give it to him on Friday? Technically speaking, 5 hours on Friday is more than enough before Shabbat to give to a goy to take your letter. Why? Let's waste time on the airport. No problem. It's a 3-hour flight.
I thought then, what was it, Gimel we learned? It was half an hour. Half an hour before.
No, half an hour when he takes it out of your house. That it's going to be enough time for him to come to his house. There was a machloket. And we ended up that as long as he takes it out of your property, it's fine. That's where you're mixing up. We're not talking about that.
I don't understand. He's taking it out of my property now also. I don't understand.
No, so that's the chidush. He's not taking it on Shabbat. Don't get crazy. Malkiel is just driving us crazy. I don't know why.
Good.
Don't get mixed up.
I'm not saying on Shabbat. We're talking about before Shabbat.
Good. So he's saying like this. He's taking a letter for you for free, right? And Shulchan Aruch says it's allowed. What's the scenario, says Mishnah Berurah? It has to be early enough on Friday that if he would do it now, he would be getting there to the place before Shabbat.
And
Very important.
And if he gets during Shabbat, at least you
that is not a problem.
give it to before.
Good. As long as you give the letter before, even if he comes on Shabbat, doesn't matter when.
Doesn't matter.
But the problem is here is the delivery is to Brooklyn. And you know he's flying out Shabbos morning. You give it to him 5 minutes before Shabbat, it's going to be asur. Even, the chidush over here, even though the guy is not doing anything for you, he's going there anyway, still asur.
בוא תראה מה אומר פה, מכל מקום.
מכל מקום, מה שנושא המכתב הוא בשביל ישראל, because specifically, he's taking your letter.
הוא מבין.
That's right. ודע דליתן בשבת אסור לכולי עלמא, אפילו בהולך עצמו. I'll smack you right now.
היית עכשיו.
רדיו, חוצפן. אסור to give on שבת.
זה מה שאני אומר לך, אתה אומר לי כן. מחר, נו.
I love this guy. Where'd you get him? Give him some, yeah, we have some beer? Let us drink some beer, because let's see, we're
like a whiskey.
הפצת, הווה תמיד, קצץ, דאף, what does that mean? אסור לכולי עלמא, אפילו בהולך מעצמו, ואפילו קצץ, לא שכרו מבעוד יום עבור זה. If you're going to pay him to travel on Shabbat, it's אסור לכולי עלמא. ועל כן אסור ליתן איגרת על הפצת, הפוצ'טה. בשבת. You're not allowed to give פוצ'טה on שבת. ומערב שבת מותר, הפוצ'טה הווה תמיד קצץ. פוצ'טה, כן. The פוצ'טה is like you gave the, what's his name? You gave the mailman already, because you already paid. You paid for the postage, it's going to be מותר. דאף אם אינו משלם כאן מכל מקום יצטרך לשלם מי שנשתלח לו. Even if you have an account with the פוצ'טה. You have an account with the post office. Because anyway you're going to pay later. אפילו במקום שיש עירוב. Even if there is עירוב, it's going to be אסור. אפילו על ידי אינו יהודי, אסור דבר זה. It's prohibited, ועל מהניק קציצה על שבת גופה. No, if you pay him on Shabbat, that's going to be prohibited, it doesn't help. אך במקום הפסד גדול, however, where there is a big loss, יש להתיר בקהי גם לדהי שיבות דשבות במקום בסדר דמותר. Oh, but if you, let's say, the question is, if you're doing business, right, you have to send your tenants a bill. Sometimes the crazy tenants don't pay until they see a bill. They don't see an invoice, they don't pay, right? So you know that you have to pay your mortgage. If they don't pay you on time, you can't pay the mortgage. It's going to be lost, or there's going to be fines, right? So let's say you want to send out a letter on Erev Shabbat. You put it in the pochta 5 minutes before Shabbat. Why it's allowed? Because technically speaking, you didn't tell that there's a goy. The goy that picks it up is not the one who's delivering it. When he picks up all the mail, he picks up all the mail. Your mail was just inside it. So what? So what happens is it goes from hand to hand. So the actual the delivery does not take place on behalf of, from one goy to the goy. So that's called shmut b'shmut. You're allowed to tell one goy to do avera, to tell another goy to do avera for you. However, if there is no loss in finances, you should be more meticulous and strict. Even before Shabbat. שלא ליתן לעין היהודי האיגרת שהוא ייתן אותה על הפושט בשבת אפילו בקצץ. You should not give a letter to that if it's not a hefsed, if there's no laws, try to why you have to do it 5 minutes before Shabbat? Do it much earlier. שהרי מייחד מלאכתו על שבת, because over there if you give it before Shabbat it's like you telling him to do it on Shabbat itself. ברוך ה' לעולם אמן ואמן. בעזרת השם, whoever needs to go to work, go work, פרנסה טובה, to be בנחת, בשמחה, without any difficulty, with a lot of joy. חייתי רצון, נאמר אמן.